family. Hello, you're watching Rejoice with Pastor Chuck. Thank you for watching the show. You could be watching any show in the world, but you chose to watch us, and we're so very, very grateful. Thank you for watching. You know, we've been going through this political up and down. The world's going crazy. We got weather situations. We got political stuff going on. But I need to ask you today. I want to just tell you thank you for watching. But I need to ask my special guest today, Erik Davis. Erik, thank you for being here. I need to ask you something right away.
Yeah.
What's best, East Coast or West Coast rap? Settle the argument.
Is that a serious question?
It's a serious question.
It's not even close for me. When Straight Outta Compton dropped in 88, 89,
Okay.
I mean, that was a game changer, right?
Okay.
You know, and then Drake comes along with the Chronic, introduces us to Snoop Dogg, you know, and here it comes. To me, I don't even think that's a question. For me, West Coast rap has been it, and is still it.
Oh, wow. I always say music is a universal language. Mm-hmm. And if music is a universal language, it's also the universal love language. And if it is, play on.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So you are the, I want to say you're the big wig, you're the big boss, you're the big kahuna. What is your exact title? What do you do around here, other than just telling people to make it great? What do you really do?
Yeah, well, the official title is Executive Director of TV Santa Barbara. So that really encompasses everything, mm-hmm. from accounting to hours to management to budgeting to working with the programming, facility upgrades, and fortunately I have an incredible staff of producers, schedulers, operations that have helped.
Let me catch you. Going back to budget, you said budget.
Yeah.
What does it cost to operate a station like this? Because I want to ask for some folks to send us checks today.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty big undertaking. It's probably about a $600,000 operation to keep an access center open for the community, and that's what we do from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have a community access center with 2 studios. Podcast center, we have editing bays, and we do that so people can share their voice and create content that's open to the community without, it's freedom of speech for the community.
Through the summer, I was coming through, I don't know what day it is, but through the course of the year, I would come through and I would see all type of young people, from young like me to even younger than I am. You know, high school, junior high school, young people coming in and out. How do you generate that type of energy around here?
Well, that was part of our mission statement is training and working with youth and providing key topics like media literacy, mm-hmm. teaching kids about the importance of their digital footprint and how it will live. But we operate 3 summer camps this year, and we did 2 for youth ages 8 to 12, mm-hmm. and then we did a new teen camp for those that have progressed. But kids love working with video. Yeah. I mean, it's second nature to them. It attracts a different audience, and our summer camps are sell out immediately. So we're at capacity. We launched the teen camp because we had all these kids that have come through our camps over the years, but they've outgrown it and wanted to continue on. And they're doing incredible work. You would not believe what these kids are doing with stop animation and just working with the iPads. It is incredible. So the summer is just filled with youth and energy. And then we also work with the Fun in the Sun program with the United Way. Okay. That they bring their kids here, and then we teach them on the basics of video production, editing, lighting, camera work. And they just love it. I mean, it is just one of their favorite summer camps. So it's a lot of fun in the summer.
So much that goes on behind the scenes. So I'm an old school guy. Yeah. I can when I do computer data entry, it's like then I got to search for the A, and then I got to search for the B. So I'm not that guy. So I'm working with my grandson, and I had to mount. My wife went out and bought a new TV, and she said, "Mount it on the wall." I'm like, "Yes, dear, I can do that." So I have to find the studs. My grandson's there. I get out my stud finder, I get my drill bits out, I drill, and we mount this TV on the wall, and we plug it in, And then I'm like, okay, so how do we turn it on? My grandson slaps me on the hand and says, Dad, Grandpa, you can do all that stuff, but I know how to, and he plugs it all in. It's like, okay, all right, so I'm the tool nerd, but he knew how to like do that stuff like that. So it let me know that our generations, there's a big gap. Like, I can set stuff up, but he knew how to program everything and make it work. And I was like, dude, he had like 15 channels going on at one time. I'm like, I just want to watch one. He says, no, Grandpa, you need to be able to find out which channel. That's amazing how these young people how they think that way.
Yeah, no, they're digital natives, and you know, they're video natives now. That's the preferred content of choice. They have their YouTube channels. They're editing within their iPhones. It's extraordinary. At the end of each session, summer session, we come back and we show the parents what they did that week with the little demo reels. I mean, they're doing green screen work, and it blows my mind. So, you know, that is really part of our mission, and it's really neat to be able to offer that to the community where, you know, kids, maybe they don't want to participate in junior lifeguards. Maybe they're, you know, they're attracted to the visual arts. So that we have a camp that's available for them.
I was never really the best athlete. I did it because I was tall, but not because I was good. But I was good with, you know, with machine shop and, you know, woodworking and metal shop. But that was like in the 70s. Now they have the technical shops, right? Yeah. And this is part of that. Yeah. Then I think we have to have that. We have to explore those avenues for our young people, because that is the turn. When I was a kid, they called it the turn of the century. So it's different. You got to keep up. What do you see for the new kids that are coming up? What's next for them?
Well, it's exciting. Through social media, we hear the success stories of people going on to be reporters or finding a field of choice. Every 3 or 4 times a year, we'll get a nice note and say, you know, I started at TV Santa Barbara. We had a teen news network at one point that they would come in, learn the equipment, and then they produce their own teen show. They'd go out and cover events like the film festival, and you know, that became a launching pad to a lot of people to explore the fields in journalism and in the visual arts.
What got you involved? I mean, how did you become
Well, you know, that was my passion was always journalism. I from early as I can remember, you know, I wanted to tell story. I would watch the news religiously. That was kind of you know my thing. So I went to college to be a broadcast journalist.
What college?
San Diego State.
Okay.
So I'm
Sun Devils.
It's Aztecs.
Aztecs. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I got that's what I studied was broadcast journalism, and went out and began as a career as a journalist, a broadcast journalist for a local TV station there. But I had just about that time, it was kind of the O.J. Simpson. I was right at that. And so I saw the field shifting, you know, away from the serious, the Dan Rathers, the Walter Cronkites, to more of this sensational. You know, more of the TMZ world of media, where you're just sensationalizing everything, and it rubbed me the wrong way. So I kind of diverted more towards the marketing business, advertising, where I can use my creative processes, keeping that video background, writing copy, and using you know my creative side to work. So I did that a while, and 2 years ago I was able to come back full circle here and you know, combine both of those skill sets. So it's been really cool.
It's amazing how you can take a lifestyle of stuff we've learned and get paid for it.
Yeah.
Right? That's amazing. So you don't really work. You just do what you love doing.
For the most part, that's correct.
Right.
Yeah. No, there's some challenges, obviously, and
the expertise comes in, but what your passion is putting it out there for people.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been an enjoyable 2 years. So we probably started here at the same time, just about the same time. So I see that in you too. It's fun, isn't it?
It's amazing. Yeah. Right? Something that I never thought I would be doing. We were sharing earlier. I never thought. First of all, I never thought I'd be a TV personality. Maybe on America's Most Wanted. They finally got him. He's going down. We got the guy. And so here I am doing this thing we call broadcast TV to people around the world, to people who are sick and shut in, to people who are at their homes, to people that are, you know, at work or in the office or watching, and they're watching this thing in their little box, and it's amazing to me. So I've been working on this narrative for a few years, and I remember sitting on the couch with my grandma, who is now long gone, through the 60s and the 70s, and I remember all those the MLK assassination, the Bobby and the John F. K. And I remember sitting with her watching those things happen live right then, and how the emotions that carried on are like, wow, there's something in that little box that's happening that's making my grandma connect. How do you do that, right? And so that's what we do here.
That's what we do.
It's amazing, right?
All day long,
amazing.
yeah.
And the emotion that comes out with it. If there's and I'm going to do this a couple of times throughout the show, but I know in that camera right there, there's some young person watching this show that's inspired by you. Tell them something to be the next Erik Davis.
Well, just, you know, Joseph Campbell used the word "follow your bliss," and you know that really is pursue your passion. You know, if you can get to that point where it's not work, or you know, and it's something you care about, it doesn't feel like work. So if you have that creative spark, if you have that passion point, if you have that area of interest, follow it, pursue it. Don't give up. There's a lot of venues, there's a lot of opportunities nowadays to you know, be a creative. And that, for me, that's what I always knew. I love telling stories. You know, even listening to some of the great sportscasters on the radio, the Chick Hearns, and you know, just the way they described it. It was just storytelling. It was beautiful. It was
you
poetry.
knew you were there.
You knew you were there.
Yes.
It brought you there.
Yeah.
And to me, that was also always so fascinating. You know, the great interviewers. It's
amazing to me.
so
right?
it's cool. But that's what I would say. Just follow your area of passion, and if you can carve out a little chunk in that, do it.
I'm a theologian, whatever that's worth, you know. So, but one thing one of my instructors told me was Chuk, and as he was teaching, I got the revelation myself. Well, I got it from above. But I realized that this thing we call this biblical teaching that I do it's really in black and white. It's in black and white, and then as a theologian, as a preacher, a teacher, you have to add the color and the depth into it to pull the story off the page. And even in my artwork, I paint, I draw. You have to pull that thing from what is you know, two-dimensional to three-dimensional with depth, and that's what the storytelling is. And even watching you, it's like you pull that thing out like, wow, I'm not just stuck in the box. I can be part of the box. I can be part of it. And you know, just knowing you for this short period of time, you are living outside of the box and making it happen. You're a married guy.
Yeah. Fortunately, happily married. Yeah, right. lucky man.
Beautiful bride. Tell me tell us some marital secrets here. That's just like, boom. How do you make that thing work?
Yeah, well, it's pretty easy for me.
Is it really?
Yeah, it really is. We get along. We share a lot of interest. You know, we travel a ton. We're united in a lot of our community efforts. You know, we share a passion for history and preservation, and are really involved in the community. Yeah, it's been pretty easy. I don't know if we could say that.
That's great. Right?
Yeah, it's been. We're going on 15 years
wow.
this June.
Wow.
And it's been just a godsend for me. Wow. I mean, really.
I think we all need someone to grab us by the scruff and keep us in order. And we're grateful. I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for my bride too, that they put up with us. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And her name's Angelique, and. Yeah, she does put up with me very well, you know. And I can be challenging, I'm sure, but.
So you can be challenging. I like the way you poetically put that.
So yeah, I give her a lot of credit.
That's great. It's amazing. You know, somebody was asking me, says, Chuck, does your wife have pets? You know, so I'm the only dog she lets in the house, right? So that's amazing how, I was watching some of your, looking at some of your travel photos. It's amazing. I was watching there's the iconic one with you guys in front of the Eiffel Tower, which is just so romantic. But there's a couple of shots that I've seen with you guys, and you're just hanging out. What to talk to all the single guys out there, or all the married guys trying to figure it out. What's the key to making that thing called marriage or partnership work? Because sometimes not always boy girl. So what is the thing of making a partnership work?
You know, I think it's respect, it's enjoyment, it's appreciating the moments. You know, we set and we lay out goals for us as individually, as couples, and I think that's helped. But the travel's been a big part of my life. I had never traveled before I met Angelique. Me too. And she'd been a world traveler, and so out on our honeymoon we went to Italy for the first time, and every year since we've gone, and I just love it. I mean, it's my favorite thing to do. So yes, she brought that to my world. And
Where's next? Or you just want to go back there every year? There's so much to really explore.
No. We try to add something new. This year we went to Spain earlier in May to catch the big feria in Sevilla. And that was pretty special. So we spent some time in Sevilla and Madrid, but we've been to Austria, Australia. We spend a lot of time in Amsterdam and Paris, and so it's been awesome. I think that's being able to get out and see other cultures and live that world it's a little bit of a game changer. And then the beauty to come back home to a community like Santa Barbara, you just really appreciate it. So.
We understand how we are spoiled Americans when we travel abroad.
Absolutely.
Yes. Me and the bride, we went to Uganda and Zambia and Zimbabwe last year, and coming back home was like, we are so spoiled. We're so spoiled being Americans, right? So if you're an American and you're watching the show, you're spoiled. So you're a world traveler. You're a married guy. You work with this thing called TVSB, this station. But the real reason you're on the show is because, you know, in this political climate, you are my El Presidente.
That's right. This year I will be your El Presidente.
So let's dive into that cookie for us. How did all that happen?
Yeah, you know, so we're talking Old Spanish Days Fiesta. If you don't know, I'll be the El Presidente for 2020, which is a big honor. It's going to be really something that we're looking forward to. But it's something a passion to play that I've been involved with. I've been on the board for over 10 years. So. Old Spanish Days is put on by a working board of 30, 35 volunteers. And it's the biggest thing in Santa Barbara, as you know. We're going on 96 years, so it's filled with history and tradition and color. And we only have one full-time staff member. So it is a labor of love, and it's run by, you know, an executive director, or not, I mean, executive committee and a board of directors.
Drop some names and give them a little as you go.
I mean,
there's so many, huh?
Yeah, there's so many to try.
Riley Harwood, you know that guy?
Yeah, absolutely, very much. You know, and that's been the beauty of it too. You're introduced to so many people in the community through Old Spanish, because so many people connect to it. So many people connect to it. If it's the sponsors, you know, that make it possible, to you're working with the police very closely, to just the people in the community that come and gravitate it, and they have the traditions, and it's just really special. My sister was a flower girl in the 1970s, so I had an early taste of Old Spanish Days. And you knew my dad, Hugh Davis, and he was president of the Kiwanis Club for a while. And they would always put on the pancake breakfast, which is gone, but that was always one of my favorites. So I had an early taste to Old Spanish Days, and then when I got back to Santa Barbara in around 2000, it is something that my wife and I connected over. We got invited to one of the events, went to it. Went back the next year and started meeting some people. We met some El Presidente, sat at their table, and then just caught the bug.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from then on, we both are on the board, and it's just been a labor of love for the last decade. But it's a lot of work.
What is your vision for 2020? Old Fiesta Day.
Yeah, just happiness and joy and
Yeah.
dance
Yeah.
and song and bringing. I think it brings to this town just that level of enjoyment. We can get bogged down in the natural disasters that are happening, some of the challenges. There's always this. But when you come to the Fiesta season, the town just becomes full of color and life and song and dance and parades and pageantry and horses and dancing and music.
How many horses? I understand it's the largest horse parade, or
right about in western United States. You get upwards of 600 horses.
It's amazing.
For that, and they're most amazing horses.
Oh, I've seen them.
Most amazing horses. So that Fiesta Friday is almost it's a city holiday. If it's not,
everything shuts down.
Everything shuts down.
Yeah.
We get 100,000 people plus along the parade route, and it's
amazing.
It's amazing. So I am really looking forward to that.
So
among other things.
I've been walking the patrol beat for the past several years up and down State Street, and one thing I have one pet peeve about Fiesta: sweeping up all the confetti afterwards.
Yeah.
How do we fix? Was there a plan for that?
Yeah, and it was actually a very hot topic this year.
Yeah.
I mean, really a point of emphasis.
Yeah.
So we spent a lot of time this year working with the Creeks Division, working with the Santa Barbara Downtown Organization, working with our Big Green and some of the other. So we had a cohesive strategy to address it. So that is something the city and
it's so colorful. I love it.
Yeah,
but I know there's a
and it is, and a lot of the downtown businesses want their place clean, and especially the creeks. So we do everything to protect that. Close everything off, the drains.
Right.
But confetti is not just an issue with Old Spanish Days anymore. You're seeing it out at the 4th of July, solstice.
Yeah, it's a part of Santa Barbara life.
Yeah. So after this year, we regrouped, and we really hit a home run on and how we handled it, because it was really clean this year. And they said they're going to use our template as for all festivals moving forward. But it's one of the things we really want to stay away from is the Mylar confetti with stuff that doesn't disintegrate.
No biodegradable.
Yeah, biodegradable, and contain some of that. And now some people are selling straight bags of confetti, without the the handmade cascarones and the cascarone vendors come up from LA, and so it's part of it. I mean, it's part.
Yeah.
I love having the confetti in the hair and seeing the color, but the cleanup is a point of emphasis for us, and we take it seriously. We work with the city, like I said, the downtown organization, and the creeks. So it's a big job, because they're out there all night actually.
I know.
Cleaning.
Yeah, I came in the next morning and I saw Big Mike. He works with the downtown business, and he had his little. He's out there. I was like, watching me, because they were like, the guys were on it. They were blowing.
Yep.
And I know. I mean, that's like fireworks on the 4th of July. You want to see the sparkle,
Yeah.
And so on Fiesta, I want to see that. Boom! I love that. That's like what makes it happen. It's like Tinkerbell with no tinker. Right?
Yeah, I like that.
You want to have that. You want to have that.
Yeah.
That's what makes the magic. And so with this new climate that we have, you want to make the magic friendly, and so I'm glad you addressed that. So with all that going on, how many people attend that first parade, do you think?
They estimate over 100,000 people.
Wow.
So it's
I can see that.
Yeah, we're working on an updated economic impact study.
Wow.
But the hotels are booked. As far as you can see. From
sidewalks are booked.
Everything's booked. The businesses are. A lot of businesses make a lot of money those weeks, and then you think of all the other industries, the mariachis, the dance studios, that are propelled by this annual tradition that we have here in Santa Barbara. That's my favorite for sure.
The guys that come out and just brush the horses.
Yeah,
they gotta make them.
I mean, it's really, really neat. So it's quite an honor. and we're working hard in 2020. So
what's going to be the new outfit? You're
So-
pretty snazzy dude. I've been checking you out.
You've been watching, huh?
You've been pretty cool when you come out.
Yeah, that's one thing I do enjoy is the outfits. So we're going to have some things this year.
Yeah.
There's a couple ways to go about it. One of the things we like to do is take the train down Old Vera Street. You know, and you can get some custom custom suits.
So I'm a kid from LA, born and raised LA, and so I lived like off of 109th Street in Maine, Broadway, and we'd be able to. When I was a kid, you could catch the bus right down to downtown LA, and you would hang out on Vera Street all day, and then you go home. So I can. And even in the fashion district, the garment district, you could get all the flowers, everything. That's an amazing. So that's an amazing trip by itself as a kid, and I would do that as a kid, and we would catch pigeons. Right, that was before, right? So that was for a quarter back then. The whole trip for a quarter, you go and you catch a pigeon, you come back. It was amazing. I digress. But I just remember that, and I didn't know the connection. I just knew that there was a buildup around that time, and then I said, yeah, they're getting ready for this horse parade, and there was a couple of guys in Compton who had horses, and we're going to this parade up north in this place called Santa Barbara, but I didn't know anything about, I was removed from it, and then once we moved up here, I'm like, wow, that's the connection. So when you said Alvera Street, like, Alvera Street, that's an amazing venue to go and help this. Talk to me about this. I watched the children dancing. That's an amazing. The children's parade on, I think it's a Saturday or Friday. Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, I love working the children's parade. That's amazing.
Magical?
That's amazing. That's the best piece.
Yeah.
I
I love it. It's because it's rich with history. Some of these families have put these elaborate floats together for decades.
Right.
And you have these kids on these little horses that they drive, and it goes on forever.
I want a little horse.
I know. It's the cutest. It really is.
Wow.
Yeah, and the flower girls walk down.
Yeah.
So it really encompasses the whole community from young to old. Because that's a special Saturday. I enjoy that one.
Yeah.
It's just magical.
I've seen a council member Dominguez, and I don't want to drop any names, and I'm going to miss one of them. But my friend, Sister Kathy, I would see her, she'd be throwing her, and there were so many community officials that would come out, from Mayor Snyder to the previous one, I can't remember, Mayor Blum, and I would see they seemed to be the biggest kids on the block that day. It was so contagious.
Oh, absolutely. And we couldn't do it without the support of the county of Santa Barbara, and especially the city of Santa Barbara. So. The city council, they have their own wagon, and the mayor gets to ride with the Junior Spirit in the parade.
Yes.
And then you got De La Guerra Plaza, that's right out front of City Hall.
Wow. Yeah.
So they come out for the ribbon cutting, and it's a big thing for the city, and they know it. And the city has supported Fiesta since 1924.
Amazing.
So
it's
it's great for the city.
Yeah.
It's great for the spirit and the culture of the place, and. We're really thankful for the support of City Council.
I saw a council, I'm going to blow his title. I just know him as Das, my buddy, Das Wheeler. And he has a baby girl. She was 5 or 6, and I saw her out there doing it, and I saw all these people who represent the region out there just entrenched in what we do here. It's amazing. From the chiefs, it's amazing how it just pulls the community together, and not just from Santa Barbara, but from Solvang to Oxnard. They come in. Yeah, it's amazing. It's a beautiful program. So, thank you for taking on the challenge of being El Presidente. I know it's got to be a lot. If there was something you could pass on to because how long are you El Presidente? Is it a 4-year commitment, 1-year commitment?
It's a 1-year commitment, basically October to October. So it's had a couple meetings so far, and we're starting to put together our teams. So we have groups, so some will work the Mercado, some will work the parade, some will you know, work with the Spirit of Fiesta auditions, and so it's a big undertaking. So yeah, it's a 1 year commitment.
Okay, let me ask you this, okay, and I might mess this all up.
Okay.
I might get us all in trouble, but has there ever been a tall black guy as a El Presidente? And can I throw my hat in there?
Not as of yet. I'd have to go look at the walls.
Go look it up and say, I want to try it with a Hawaiian shirt on.
There you go.
I'll put on the fedora.
Yeah. I could dress you up a little bit too, a little sash.
A little cleaning up, right? I'll do it.
A little color, maybe. Yeah.
I'll hold a bottle of Patron, whatever it takes. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. I'll ride a horse. I'm pretty good with horses. So
Really?
I can at least ride a horse.
Okay.
I trained with Brother Monty Roberts out in Solvang, so I know how to handle pretty good around the horses. So when I watch the progression from what I've seen 12 years of watching the progression, and I see how it's the inclusiveness has just drawn more and more and more people in, people who I thought, because I'm kind of introvert.
Really?
It's right. I know, right?
Yeah,
I know. I really am. I know it's hard, but I see how it's pulled people in. How do you pull people in who would normally say, it's Fiesta, I don't want to be bothered with that?
Yeah, you know, there's always that kind of rumor that, you know, I kind of get out of town.
Yeah.
I don't see that, but you know, my advice is just take in one thing. You know, try it, because there's something for everybody. Right. And what people don't know is there are free events all over town.
Yes.
They're free events. Yes. You know, when the opening night at the Mission is probably my favorite night of the year. On that Wednesday, Fiesta Pequeña, they light up the Mission and they do that 90-minute program. Yes. It's free and it's open to the public. There's 7,000 people out there take it in. Yeah. The Mikados are free. Wow. And there's dancing and music and food and nonprofit food vendors throughout there. Again, these are free events that are made possible by us. And then at the courthouse, Thursday through Saturday night, there's historic dancing. There's free dancing for everybody in the courtyard. Yeah. And then the parade is again another free event that is put on by Old Spanish Days.
Okay, so
take in one, try one thing.
I'm mad at you guys because I almost crashed one night. Okay, right. So I believe they were down at the Mission opening up, and I coach swimming in Goleta. So I'm coming up APS and I make that turn. I go past the Mission. I go up the hill by the Riviera Theater. I'm driving and I look over my shoulder and I see the stage lit up, and I see things, and I'm like, I had to pull over and stop, and I stopped, and I could look down, and it was just the way it was lit up, and the kids were warming up. It wasn't even, the program hadn't started, but they were just warming up, and the grass was full of people. It was full. It was like, wow, that's a place to hang out at. And I didn't crash, but if I was gonna park and watch, that's a great spot to sit and get the overhead view and watch how a community comes together to watch this beautiful thing of dancing in front of the Mission. It was like,
it gives me chills just hearing you talk about that.
Right, it's amazing. It's beautiful. The sun was just dropping, so you could see the backlight of it, and I'm on the hill looking down, shaking because I didn't crash, but it was just amazing watching the community of Santa Barbara come together. And the Mission is just the perfect stage.
Perfect stage.
Perfect stage.
And when they light it up like that, and the moon comes out, and the bell rings at 8 o'clock, and you know, the flower girls leave stage, and then just that's you know, that's and this year I got to get up there and thank the community. And that's I
set a camera. Have one of the guys come and set a camera up on that little turn, right up, and just and film it from up top, because the way from up top you can see the ocean, you can see the islands out there, you can see the Mission, you can see the city, and you can see all these hundreds of thousands of people just sitting there waiting for this program to start. It was like, wow. It's amazing.
It's so special.
It was amazing.
It's
and really free.
Yeah. And they broadcast it live on KYT too. So there's another, I don't know, last time I looked, 5,000 to 8,000 people watching that.
It's amazing.
And so it's really, for me, it's my favorite night of the year.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And just thinking about that.
I'm so glad that I can say that I'm personal friends with El Presidente.
There you go. There you go.
That's going to give me free lunch somewhere.
I doubt it. Do I put you to work? But
hey, I can push a broom. I can hang some stuff up top. Whatever it takes. I was okay. So there's so much I want to dive in with you. But we also did another program out in Carpinteria, where you recognized the participants in this thing that we call TVSB.
Yep.
And it was my first time taking part. I have to really I want to throw a shout out to the Unity Shop, because I didn't know what to wear. It was a black tie event, and I want to thank everybody at the Unity Shop, because I was out shopping and I wanted to get the perfect, I had to be sharp, right? And so I went in there, and I'm long armed, right? Got long arms, and I found the best white tuxedo top, right? It was like the jacket.
Oh, you look great. It was perfect.
Perfect, right? I spent $20 for that jacket.
Really?
At the Unity Shop, $20 for that jacket. I spent $40 on the tie from Men's Warehouse. But I thought I looked like $1 million.
Oh, you did?
Right?
Yeah, you and your wife did.
Well, she looks like $1 million. She looks like $1 million. I'm trying to keep up with her, so you know how that goes.
Yeah, no, wasn't that a cool? That was a cool event.
Cool night. We had a great time, and I saw the way not just Carpinteria came out, but how all the folks that come from this thing we call TVSB come out and be rewarded. And look at that, look at you looking good right there.
Yeah, no, that was a special night.
Great night, yeah.
In my 2 years, that's been the highlight of my time here, because what we did is we called it the Media Access Awards, where we got to honor our people who create content for the community.
Yeah.
We had different categories, and we recognized.
I got one.
You got one, yeah. But there's so many people that
it's amazing.
Create content here that it was so much fun. It was so electric. One of the things that I really enjoyed is we had the founder of Community Access Television, who started this in 1974, gave the keynote.
Great show.
And talk about the early days.
Yeah.
And that was just so fascinating. I thought, what a great place to tell the origin story of TV Santa Barbara to everybody.
Good history, yeah.
Great history when there's only 12 channels here in Santa Barbara, and some of the things that they're doing. And one of the things that I took away from that was just a little bit of levity. Have some fun.
Right.
Right? It's community access television. You have some fun. So I've tried to move that forward. But the Carpinteria was very supportive of that. We did that in that beautiful old theater. Beautiful. We had a red carpet. We had some incredible music that took place, and we got to celebrate the people of community access television, and it was awesome.
We even had the I want to say the bearded, but he's the mustache wonder of the world.
Yeah, John Palminteri. Yeah,
I love that. He's been on the show. Amazing guy, and I'm grateful for him. We were just celebrating another event in Carp, so that's just a good community, local community that, and I think and I share this with everybody that I come in contact with, is we all have a story to share. Yeah. We all have a story, and the people that I bring on the show, and we start off as being a faith-based program, faith-based, whatever that means. But I always say faith-based is, do you believe in yourself?
Yeah.
That's faith. If you wake up in the morning and you look at that person that you see in the mirror and say, I can go out and do it again. And I know you, and it's not about religion, it's not about, all that stuff. It's about, do I have faith in self? Do I have faith in what I believe? Do I have faith in the station? Do I have faith in the mission? And can we make it better? Do I have faith in what we've been doing on downtown State Street, making that thing happen? That's faith to me. That is being a married guy. That's faith to me. Holding on, and I'm just grateful to know you and just to watch it evolve, and I'm looking forward to another 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah, likewise. No, it's been a pleasure to know you too, and all the energy you've brought, and the people you've brought here, and the message you've brought of hope and optimism. And,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. We love to have all the people that make community access what it is. It's just a pleasure.
I started off here, my first time in the studio with a nice, cool dude, my buddy, Worthen one-on-one. And, right?
Yeah, that was my first time, my first interview too. He had me on immediately.
He called me in. He's like, and I blew him off. He said, I got a TV show and I do this thing. I'm like, man, you don't have a TV show. Get out of here. But I blew him off, I swear. Yeah. And forgive me if you're watching, John. I love you, man, Jim. But I blew him off because I didn't think that he was for real. And then I didn't think this Oz, you know, place existed, you know. And he brought me on here, and I was like, wow, this is amazing, because he helped me share my story.
Yep.
And then the staff, Michael, and the guys, K-Box, they brought me on and said, hey, let's do this. And I'm like, wow, it's amazing. And so the potential of what happens on this little street corner, you know, on Salinas and Lou Dillon, this is like Hollywood and Vine of Santa Barbara, right?
Yeah, if you look at it that way, it's because once you're in these studios, they're beautiful and vast. You wouldn't know that from looking on that corner. Yeah. But yeah, you get all sections of the community come through here. We talked about the kids earlier. Yes. You know, we've got political debate, we've got yoga, we've got anything that people want to talk about. We had you know, book reviews, and you know, Rebecca Brand does travel and cooking, and it's just an eclectic mix of, and it's so much fun. So much fun. And that's what really community access is the people's channel, as I like to call it.
And it is. It is. My good friend, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, talked about the people's elbow. Yeah. And this is the people's channel.
It is. Right? Yeah. It is.
It's great. I love it. I love what you're doing here. If somebody's watching the show tonight, they're just watching the show, convince them to do some creative programming here. I mean, we do what we call Rejoice with Pastor Chuk. And people come on and I share, and we talk about faith issues or whatever issues that we talk about. Today we're talking about the station and being El Presidente and how I got started. But I know there's somebody out there that's watching who's just like me, saying, I could never be a TV personality. Well, what would you tell that person who's watching?
I'd just take the step and get started. You know, I think that's the biggest factor. I see that a lot. I get quite a few calls of, you know, I'd like to start a show. I'm just not. I don't know how. You know, it seems
daunting.
Daunting. That's the right word. But as you come in here, you know, we've got 3 robotic cameras that. You know, and a couple staff that make it work, and it's
they make me look good. Yeah, it's amazing. Right?
So we just sat down and have a conversation, and it goes a long way. Yeah. So come down to the studio, check us out. You know, come see me, and we'll talk through it. We'll give you a tour, but it's not that difficult. But there's all kinds of content that people are making now, and we're seeing that too. So it's not just the talk show host kind of style. One of the things that I'm most proud of in the last couple of years is that we're getting out in the community and covering events, and we worked with over 200 nonprofits last year. So we are supporting nonprofits like the Boys and Girls Club, American Heart Association. This week we're working with the Santa Barbara Foundation to produce videos that tell their story. So it was one of the things that I want to do, not just to, you know, sit in this corner and keep the lights on, but I wanted to go out into the community, make an impact. And tell some of those stories. So I think our next step is maybe telling some of the stories and covering some of the events and people and things that don't get covered in the, you know, the untold stories. But I'm really proud of the difference we've made with the nonprofit organizations providing affordable video production services so that they can make that impact, be it fundraising videos, being it, you know, their message points for their web. So that's been really enjoyable, and it's really we're really starting to make a name for ourselves in that. So we got a production team that's going out in the community, and it really brings a lot of joy to me that we can do that.
I'm interested when you say that production team that's out and about. There's a couple of programs that just come to mind. There's the Boys and Girls Club. There's the PALS program. There's the Jackie Enda is doing ministry work on the corner. I don't say the corner, but on Mason Street, where she just got a big community center, and she's bubbling things up in that area. And so I know personally there's so many places that are happening that just need that coverage, that advertisement.
Absolutely.
And they really can't. They don't know how to go out and say, we need a camera here, we need a camera there. But if you're watching this, reach out to TVSB and say, hey, come on and watch, come on and drop a camera crew out and be a part and fellowship. Reach out to the station. these guys, we're looking for how they would say, new, not programming, but new
content.
Content. That's the word. It always slips my mind. New content. I saw so many people that are doing great things that just need the exposure.
Absolutely.
The Unity Shop, and so many great people that are just doing great things in the city that just need a boost. And I think having that live camera there is like boom. It's like wow.
Yeah, I sat with Tom Reed, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, and listened to that story.
He's my cousin.
Really, the 100 years in this community, and the history with Pearl Chase, and kind of where they're at now. It's just, to me, that's where I wanted to really kind of fill that void and really make an impact, because I'm drawn to the nonprofit sector, and I really feel passionate about this community. So. We mentioned the kids, but I'm also really pleased with the work that we've done to support nonprofit organizations and some of the untold stories here.
Let me hold you back there. What about a small business who's just trying to get their name out there? So I say that because I get all my Hawaiian shirts from a little place on State Street there, the Antique Alley.
Oh, really? Yeah. Angelique and I that's our favorite place. Every time we stopped in there, I've gotten so many things there.
Right.
Yeah. And you can find a good Fiesta outfit every there once in a while too.
Right. Right. So I say there's so many little sweet spots. That you can just the punch. And some of the great restaurants there. Is there a way for those guys to put their word out or?
Yeah, we can come out and do everything from professional commercials to little tidbits for use on social media and the website. So your video's the message now. It's the best way to tell your story. So we're doing that.
I'm trying to drop names. So if you guys are watching the show, you guys call in.
Yeah, we can do it all here at TV Santa Barbara. And one of the things that we put in this year is a new podcast studio.
Wow, yes.
So all those people that are looking for homes for the podcast, and it's just boomed since we put it in. So amazing. That's another way of telling story and getting the word out. So it's been fun on that front too.
I've been trying to do, and I know Pastor Brooks does it over at Bethel, the Church of God in Christ on the street name slips my mind, Code, I believe. I know he's been doing been doing his show, but I've been thinking about doing our worship service, and we're small, but we're trying to do it, and we're just trying to do a few songs in the message. And I know there's other religious organizations that just want to put a word and a message out, hope, love, joy, peace, whatever that thing is to uplift Santa Barbara County. Is that something that people can do, or do we shy away from? Or what about the people who think about political office? Is there an avenue for those folks as well?
Everybody who runs for office comes through here. We do the video candidate program for the city, so they give their statement. We air it on community access television. They make their rounds to the talk shows and stuff. We've covered we've done a lot of that. But one of the other things too is we have a training. That's one of our mission points. So we can teach the use of, and we're going to be rolling out our training programs here in the new year. We teach on how to operate a field camera, how to operate an audio recorder, how to do the editing. So we have members actually that come in and check out our equipment and go out and cover their events. So that's one of the benefits of membership. If you're trained on the equipment, you can go out and take an audio recorder and do a podcast. You can take out a video camera and with proper training, go ahead and shoot.
And do your stuff.
There was somebody came in this weekend. He was, what was he? He was a juggler, and he was performing at a film festival. So he came and got one of the cameras and taped himself, and now he's got that rich content. So. The sky's the limit.
I coach swimming, so I think I'm going to do some lessons on deck with some of my swimmers and show them how to get their stuff going. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. We do quite a bit here,
and the sky's the limit. Right?
Sky's the limit. Anything you can think of.
And you've been here how long have you been here at this station now?
Well, now that you say it, it was November 1st, 2017. So I mean, I'm almost to the day. So I didn't think about
Salute,
that.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. It's gone quick.
So that's good stuff.
Yeah, that is good.
Okay, so I have so many more. So I always tell my guests, this is just really part one of a 15-part series. So you have to be sure and come out every couple of months and just give us an update on being El Presidente.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see it's going to get rolling once the new year hits, because it is a Presidente. Some of the neat things is you get to choose a theme for the year. You get to choose a poster. You get to create the annual poster. You get a proclamation, so you kind of set the tone. I could pick some of the stuff, and then in spring, my favorite thing is the Spirit of Fiesta auditions, where young performers from all over Santa Barbara compete to be the spirit and junior spirit of
now
Fiesta.
You say young. I mean, I'm pushing 60. Can I?
Yeah, so you're 8 to 12 for the junior spirit, and then you're out of your teenage years.
I blew my gap.
Yeah,
I was trying to work it back in there. Huh?
So, and then
I identify as a 6-year-old.
Yeah, I identify as a dancer too. Just not quite there yet. But so you're going to start to see it going, and once a month we'll hit. So you're going to be seeing a lot of me.
Good.
Just selling the beauty of this organization, this festival, because I love it in my heart. It's just so. I'll be out there. Yeah, you'll see everything from the theme to the poster, and John Palminteri has been a big friend of Old Spanish Days and all the media really. So
he's a pretty good dancer too.
Is he really?
Well, not really. I'm trying to blow it up. Not really. You don't want the guy to dance.
I haven't seen it. He's come to a number of events, and I haven't quite seen that. But yeah, he's a huge advocate of not only Old Fiesta, but all of Santa Barbara, as you know. So no, it's going to be a really exciting year. We've got a lot of work ahead, but for those 5 magical days, it's going to be
make it 6. Do something like
No, but it's actually really all year long, because
it truly is.
The April the Spirit of Fiesta auditions start in April. Then May is the event where you unveil the poster and the pen. And June we go out to Goleta and celebrate Goleta Ranchera.
Right.
July, the costume sale and really gearing up, and then August is it.
So as you prepare to put all these times and dates in places, I want to ask, I'm humbly asking, if you could allow us to do something live on location, where we can bring on someone and do a live interview with someone out there. You think we could?
I'll be out and about.
Yeah.
All over town.
Excuse
me, I'm getting all choked up now.
You get choked up. Just talking about it's a good thing. So we are the type of show that chokes people up. Okay?
You could say that again. Yeah, no. I'll be out everywhere, and we encourage like I said, the events are free and open, and my role is going to be kind of an advocacy to it. So.
Oh my goodness, that's a great shot of you. You look like $1 million bucks.
Here. Thanks.
When I grow up, I want to look that good. Yeah.
So that's an interesting story. This is probably my favorite costume. I got this one at the costume sale. Legend has it that it belongs to an older pastel Presidente, because it's really finely made and it's kind of falling apart. And really authentic. So the history of the
you're a buff guy. Did you bust the seams out?
It's gotten tighter as the years have gone. Let's just say that. I think it's my dry cleaner.
Those guys, they make it too tight. Too much starch on the guns.
Yeah. Just, I don't know. But no, I enjoy that aspect of it.
That's great.
This year we've just kept our closet out, so it takes up the whole room. We've got these racks, and it's usually we were able to put it away.
That's great, but you can't.
But this year, as a Presidente,
because there's so many things.
I'm leaving it out.
I've got to pull up. I've got a picture with myself and Sister Helene Snyder, and it was we did something at the Fest Parker. It's something else now in the rotunda there, and she was wearing this beautiful black dress with the red trim, and it was like, and I was like, that's my mayor. Let me go stand next to the mayor. And I was in my PD uniform. It was like it just, that's the kind of, I think people just love to dress. We'd love to dress up, and that would just, she was just feeling grand, and I was feeling grand, and it just, something special about Fiesta when people, I watched even the little 5- and 6-year-old girls when they're running around, and the little kids, the little boys, when they have their stuff on, they're just,
it's the cutest, isn't it?
It's amazing, right? It's just, everyone's chest is out, their chin is a little higher, you know, the pride is a little bigger. It's beautiful. I love what we do here in Santa
Yeah,
Barbara.
no, I
It's
love that
beautiful,
aspect of
right?
it, and
Yeah.
and the dresses have really gotten more elaborate,
Yes,
and
yes. Yeah.
it is just so colorful and magical, and yeah, Helene has always been a great supporter too.
yeah.
You know, the whole city continuously from
It's amazing.
you know the city council to the PD to everybody. So it is a community festival like no other.
Yeah,
And we're heading into the 96 years, so we're closing in on 100.
100.
It's coming quick. So,
But I'll still be around for 102, 3, and 4.
yeah, August 5 through 9 this year. There it is on the TV.
The dates.
And you can keep the website, keep checking that as the days draw closer. sbfiesta.org, because like I said, it's a full calendar of events.
Yeah.
It is not just those 5 days.
Right.
It's
Stuff leading up to it.
Usually once a month, and
Yeah.
open to everybody, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really excited to be representing the organization as a Presidente this year, and my wife is Primera Dama, and we are going to, we're going to have fun.
I'm going to say it right now. On August 10th, I'm going to be on the corner of State Street and Victoria at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to walk down and just have everybody. We'll do the after party.
Yeah, I'll probably be still sleeping by that. it's you know, I've looked at the calendars and they say it's like 150 events.
It's amazing.
So once that's over, you know, a lot of people off to Hawaii or you know, just going to go sleep for a little bit. But
the energy, there's so much energy. I mean, it's amazing how even the guys and gals I work with, the PD, the energy level just picks up. It's just, I'm just blown away by it. People who know of Santa Barbara, they know of, oh, you were there for a fiesta, you were there. Like, yeah, I will be. So that's amazing how it goes. Erik, I can't thank you enough. Once again, it's just part 1 of a 13-part series. We want to see you a few more times as we lead up to it. Thank you for just allowing us to be a part of what we do here at TVSB. I'm looking forward. I'm going to interview your wife next and find out how she puts up with you and getting dressed for a fiesta. Okay.
Yeah, we enjoy that part of it. You know, bringing that together, and just she's so beautiful, and then those all the time, but especially in the fiesta gear. It's been fun. Like that's one of the things that we really connect over and enjoy doing together. So. Yeah.
I feel the energy. I'm loving it. Erik, thank you.
Thank you for having me on.
You're watching Rejoice with Pastor Chuk. You can tune in. We're on 5 times a week. Check your local listings, and then be prepared to be out here in August of 2020. Watch El Presidente up close and personal. Come down, get a live interview. If you're interested in doing your own programming, come down and talk with Brother Davis. And see where you can fit in, what you can do to uplift your program, to touch those who are watching the show. If I can do a show, mercy, we all have the ability to do it. You can give us a call. You can stop by the station. Beautiful city of Santa Barbara. We're looking forward to many more years of you watching the show. Thank you.